Hello family and friends, it's Kim here from Kim's Country Corner, and today I'm out at the Hancock Homestead because we have more work to do. We had a very busy weekend putting up the fence panels, and that took us all weekend. So now today we need to catch up on some of those chores that we normally do on a weekend, such as mowing and raking and weeding and those kind of maintenance activities. So I'm going to bring you along today for just a normal work day, although I'm not sure how normal it's going to be because you can hear John is on the tractor. So let's go see what John's doing, and then we'll pick up from there. All right, so here we go. Oh, and I do have on another shirt that says, I just want to work in my garden and hang out with my dog. I actually have two of these kind of shirts. One's gray and one's black. So yes, I have changed my shirts. They're just different colors. But I just think it's really fun to wear these shirts with the different gardening sayings on them. And this is what I do most of the time, work in my garden and hang out with my dog. Karen also got me one that says, I just want to work in my garden and hang out with my grandkids. And she actually got me two of those because that's the second thing I normally do. So anyway, I hope you're enjoying the gardening t-shirts. I just think they're fun. But speaking of fun, we have some fun work to do today. So let's go see what John's doing, and then let's hit those vegetable boxes and see what vegetables we can bring in today. All right, here we go. All right, so John's gonna plow under the garden this morning. I was happy to say that we got enough corn out of there to use at our family reunion. We got probably close to 20 ears of corn, and we were able to use them all at the family reunion picnic. John came out and picked them, and I boiled them up for everyone. So my weed eating did pay off. Big ridges, but I think he'll come back in later and hopefully till. This year that this is about the only thing we could do. He says he has plans to make it better, so I trust him. He is a farmer after all. His college degree is in agriculture. Now guys, but trust me, he'll have it in order in no time. He's just getting over his fractured foot pain. In fact, he still has pain from it once in a while, and he has to go in September to have his ankle and his foot worked on. But he's trying to get most of this here odd and end jobs done here in August. Okay, so John just finished up with the row garden, and now I'm going to work on picking veggies from the box garden. And I went in and got my bucket. So let's go see what we can find here. John's been keeping these pretty well cleaned. I told him to leave some on here today so that I could do a picking video for you all. There's one, look at that. These are called Stray 8s. Stray 8 cucumbers. They're really good for slicing and eating fresh on salads. Okay, all right. John tries to keep them picked, and whatever we don't eat, he takes over to work. He told me I planted way too many cucumbers. But I just wanted the trellis filled. So he told me, well, next year, maybe we could do cucumbers on half of it and then like squash or little pumpkins on the other half. So I agreed. I agreed that maybe 2 plants of cucumbers instead of 4 would have been enough. But it's nice to share. We've been sharing, and that's been really nice to be able to do that. That one probably wasn't ready, but I pulled it off anyway. What else we can find here. Got some dieback going on, but that's natural. There's no disease here, just natural dieback. All right. Look at this side. I left my bucket over there. I'll start a pile here. Of course, even though I put them up on the trellis, some of them have grown on the ground, which is fine. Or not on the ground, but in the box. So. That looks like a giant pickle. Doesn't that look like a giant pickle? All right, came over to get my bucket here. Get those other ones. I just saw another one as we were walking by. Okay. All right, well, I'm not seeing any more. Like I said, John comes out daily. Oh, and I'm leaving that little one. So yeah, so it looks like maybe this is it for this day. shot through here. Cool shot there, looking through the trellis up to the boxes. Okay, let's walk through the trellis to the next box and see what we can find. So down here on this end are the green peppers, and then up there are the yellow and red peppers. So I don't think the yellows and reds have turned yet, so let's look and see what we can find down here. I don't know what caused that. It's kind of small. Let's see if we can find bigger ones. That one's pretty big. There we go. Look at that. There's a lot of little ones on this plant yet. I'll leave the little ones on for another day. John keeps these so well picked that I don't have very many to show you guys for my picking day. Yeah, that one's kind of little, but that's all right. We'll still eat it. That one came right off, so I'm gonna go ahead and take it. Those are kind of little, but they're still tasty. Like I said, John probably has already picked the big ones, but we have lots of little ones waiting to grow bigger. And then let's see, on this side, I think, is this side yellow? Yeah, see, the yellow ones are not turning just yet. See, yellow ones will start out big and be green, and then they'll start turning yellow. So I just have to remind John, don't pick them until they turn yellow, and he's been doing pretty good. So, and then over here are red ones. And it's the same thing. It's like they start out green, and if you just wait a little bit, they will turn yellow. But if you just wait a little bit, they will turn red. Now you can eat them. Like I can pick that right now and eat that, and it'll taste just like a green pepper. But the longer you leave them on for them to turn red, the sweeter they become. So I'm gonna try, hopefully, to wait for red ones and yellow ones. All right, let's go over here to the tomatoes. Get my bucket. Kind of small, but it's ready to go. That's an early girl. I'm not sure the early girls get much bigger. And this year, the early girls were not very early. I mean, here it is the first week in August, and we've only gotten like maybe 5 tomatoes altogether off of the early girls. So, and these are the husky red cherry tomatoes. We have been eating a few of these. I think maybe because they're smaller, they've been getting ready faster. Nope, accidentally got a green one. That's okay. We have plenty. Let's see, these are still kind of orangey, so I'm going to leave them for another day or two. Got a red one in here. All right, that'll be enough for a good salad today. All right, let's see what we got over here. Well, these early girls are not very big. That one's kind of wormy. We'll get rid of it. The ones I don't want, I toss over there. John's working on my fence to make me a wider gate entrance so I can mow better. Okay. These early girls sure are bushy. Oh, here's one. Here's one. I think that one will be good. Well, it's not coming off. I guess we'll leave it for another day. Let's see about this one. Yeah, that one came off. We just need enough for lunch today. Man, I'll be glad when all of these flowers start giving us riper tomatoes. Look how green these are. We have a bunch on here, but they're still green. And it's the first week in August. They're like 2 and 3 weeks behind. We usually are picking tomatoes by the 2nd or 3rd week. All right. And I've already showed you that the aromas are not quite ready, which is okay because I'm not quite ready to start canning. And to tell you the truth, guys, I don't know if I will be canning because with John's foot surgery, he has foot surgery in September. I don't know that I'm going to have time. We'll see. And what I do is that if Romas are ready and I'm not ready, I freeze them until I am ready. So tomatoes can be frozen and saved and until you're ready to make your salsa or sauces. All right, let's go check out this box. All right, and these are Better Boys, and they're starting to come on now. They are starting to come on now. But see how orangey and how green they are? Some of them are. It's like, this time last year, all of these would have been red. These orangey ones I'm going to leave on a bit longer because we have tomatoes to eat today. The early girls are pretty good. I sure would like to have a Better Boy though. But I'm just not seeing any. I'm not seeing any red, just seeing green. Flowers and green. Whoop, I see a red, I see something red. Let's see how easy, if it comes off easy. Oh yeah, it came off really easy. All right, there's one, look at that. So that'll be a good lunch one, right there. All right, there we go, guys. Get out of the shadow. Let me put this where you can see it without my shadow in the way. There. Okay, guys, there's our picking for today. About a dozen cucumbers. Looks like 4 peppers. 3 big tomatoes and a bunch of little tomatoes. So that'll make a nice lunch for us to have here at home and for John to take to work. All right, on to the next task. And then this box over here, I just pulled, guys. These tomato vines were in such bad shape. I don't know what was going on, but I was able to pull them out by hand, except for I think 1 or 2. But if I was able to pull these out by hand, that tells me that the root system did not develop properly. And I'm not sure whether that was a plant problem or a soil problem. We did amend the soil with cow manure and new compost. And all of these plants were on the same flat, like I bought them together in a grouping. So I'm wondering if there was something wrong with the plants themselves. But anyway, this fall we'll rip all that out. We'll till that up. We'll amend the soil. We'll mend the soil some more and see what happens next year. But not too bad. Out of all 8 boxes, we only had 1 failure, which for me is bad because I've never had a failure before. I've had boxes that I haven't gotten planted up before, but not boxes that have completely failed. So, all right. And then we have something volunteer over there. Let's go look at it. I have to mow. This is one of my chores for today, is mowing. Because this weekend we worked on the fence. So chores like mowing, raking, weeding did not get done. So my chore today is to mow. And John's working on garden and fences. Okay, so we have I think that's a squash. Anyway, I can't get it off right now. I am going to turn it over though, so that maybe it'll get dark on this side. But I'm going to tell John that this is out here, and he can be checking on it and pull it off when he wants. Ooh, here's another one. Look at that. Can you see that in there? Okay. I have to tell John. I wonder if I turn that, if it'll get dark on that side too. Okay. Guys, I don't eat squash, so this is John's doing. He's the one that usually grows the squash. He's going to have quite a few of them though. I'll have to tell him. I think he'll be happy about that. That is so cool. I always think it's really neat when Mother Nature surprises you with all of her goodness. She's like, yes, throw me your scraps. Mother Nature, will use your scraps to grow you something new. Isn't that neat? So happy with everything I was able to pick today. Awesome picking day. Yep. And now Paulo and I are headed back to the house. Hey, Paulo. Are you having fun out here today, huh? You act like you're feeling pretty good. Yep. Are you ready to go? John's got the garden back there all tilled up, or not tilled. John's got the garden back there all plowed up. He says he wants to wait for a rain before he tills it. I said, as long as you have it done before your foot surgery, I don't care. He says he will. And then we got to picking, and now we're headed in. All right, we're gonna put the veggies away, get a big glass of ice water, and then come back out and start mowing. And guys, I apologize for the way I look sometimes, but this is my life on this farm. You get hot and you get sweaty and the wind blows and your hair goes everywhere, and it's just life. This is life. So anyway, all right, I'll meet you guys later. Okay, so John is working on the gate here because I want to be able to get the sweeper in there. The width was allowing the lawnmower to get in, but the sweeper is a little bit wider than the lawnmower, and I wasn't able to get it in. So, so John is widening the gate holes so that the sweeper can also go in. Huh? Pretty close? Yeah, it's the width that we need more than anything. So I can get in there with the sweeper. I've gotten lazy in my old age, John. I don't like raking anymore. I don't really like weed eating either, but the weed eating bothers your back, so I don't mind doing that. The raking, ugh. If there's an easier way. See, these are all the little things that we deal with. Even when you think you have something fixed the way you want it, you have to go back and make adjustments because of one thing or another. Of course, this fence has been like this for, how long would you say this has been like this? Like 20 years now? Oh yeah, that looks good. But anyway, it looks really good, John. And I will try to do better not to bend it. All right, well, he's still at it. Getting it leveled. He really likes for these kind of things to be done right when possible. Of course, they're just to keep dogs out and chickens in, so. And the reason they're so tall is because it was my plan to go back and put chicken wire around the top, have heavy duty wire down here at the bottom, and then put lighter weight chicken wire around the top. But I have found that it's much easier just to clip the wings of the chickens. If you go in one night and clip their wings, then they can't fly up and over these fences. What kind of wiring is this? Just, does it have a name?
Probably does.
But anyway, it's strong enough to keep out a dog. And it's strong enough to keep chickens in. But this is a chicken with working wings can actually fly over this. So my goal was to put the chicken wire around the top to keep them from flying up and over. But, like I said, I have found it's much easier just to clip the wings. May eventually get around to the chicken wire on the top, but list of priorities. And on my list of priorities, that's one of the lesser. See, this gate was actually wide enough. So this one was always fine. But that one there and this one here, we've had to adjust to allow for the sweeper. All right, I know I've said this about 3 times now, but I have to go mow. Okay, but before I start mowing, the next thing I'm gonna have to pick are the apples. We had a bunch of apples fall overnight, so we have apples to pick up. I've been down here watering trees. We still have more apples that are waiting to fall, but got a bunch of apples on the ground. And I didn't pick this weekend because we were too busy with the fence. So some of them have already gone bad. Ooh, Paulo, looks like you've been eating one. Have you been eating one? That's okay. But man, we got a lot of picking to do. First, I need to move my water hose to the next tree. Okay, family and friends, this morning I'm going to try to get these apples picked up and sorted. I have a bucket here for the good ones, and the bad ones I'm just going to throw onto the wagon and haul them away. These have not been dealt with in, let's see, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Well, this Thursday was the last time I picked. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then today. So 4 days now, apples have dropped and laid. We did have a neighbor come down and get a bucket full, but obviously she didn't take all of them. She left some for me, and I need to get these picked up. So today I'm gonna work in the orchard and hang out with my dog. Actually, we got a lot more to do than just apples. Yes, I have to mow, so we gotta get this done, because I can't mow with all these apples on the ground. I can barely walk. Pick up the good ones first. If they're bad, I'm gonna put them in my shirt. I don't know. We'll definitely be making apple pie. I will probably process and freeze some of them. If we have enough, I might do apple butter, because this is just from the Macintosh tree. The Red Delicious tree over there hasn't even started dropping yet. They're still hanging on pretty tight. So this is going to be a good year for apples. I had to go move the watering hose, Paula. Trying to water fruit trees the same day I'm picking up apples. Some of these are pretty little, but that's okay. All right, so the Macintosh is mostly red, but it will have a little bit of yellow at the top. Okay, family and friends, so after about an hour's worth of work, Paula and I were able to pick up 3 5-gallon buckets full of good apples. And we have about a half a wagon of bad apples. So, so we have good apples, which I will process tonight while I'm watching TV probably. Well, for the next few nights. I won't get all this done in one night. Okay, so here's about the size of a normal Macintosh right there. Okay, they do get kind of small too, but yeah, that's about your average size. But this is about the average size of a Macintosh, and they're mostly red with just a little bit of a crown on top there. And we have had years where they've been a little bit bigger than this, but this is the average size. So anyway, I have a lot of work ahead of me, but it'll be enjoyable because I do it as I watch TV. So John and I, we always mow just a little bit different because I like to mow around the trees first and then go back and do my large areas. It kind of does both at the same time. To each their own, as long as it gets done. Okay, family and friends, well, you have just seen my way of mowing the apple orchard. And yes, mowing the apple orchard takes a little bit more work because there's a lot of weaving in between trees. But I don't mind it. It's well worth the extra effort because of all the apples that we get. Anyway, if you liked this working video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you want to know more about what's going on in my corner of the world, hit that subscribe button to Kim's Country Corner because we have a lot more work days ahead of us. I will talk to y'all later. Bye for now.